Using post-production techniques, what does a post-production team actually do? Post-production teams work closely with both DOPs and directors to take their images and enhance them into something attractive, such as adding effects, colour grading, or even a subtle change to correct the shot. Let's start with the easy stuff. Here is a fictional style video of two men standing above and below a small building. This video was taken as a long shot with a 1.33:1 ratio applied to it, also known as the 4:3 ratio. The reason for the long shot was to capture more geography of the scene. Here applied is a ratio of 1.85:1, also known as a widescreen shot. This is a popular ratio and is used on almost everything nowadays as a standard format ratio. This video has a ratio of 2.4:1, also known as the scope ratio. We no longer see vertically, instead we see wider shots. And finally, something fresh. The ratio called Univision has been applied here. You may have seen this on the program House of Cards. Moving swiftly onto colour work. Here is a basic composition. As you can see, the shot is lacking atmosphere. Now the shot has a warmer appeal to it. Now it has an early nighttime look to it. And finally, a bleak winter feel to it. Here's a short sequence of a man's eye. We then altered the colour of the skin and iris to give it a fantasy vampiric look. On the left you can see that the skin is its normal colour, and on the right the skin is very pale and drained. You can also see the change in the colour of his iris. This shot was for a recent skateboarding promo video. We decided the sky was a little plain, so we gave it some colour. We changed the colour of the sky to give it a more stylised look that you would often see in a skateboarding promotional video. Here are a few examples. Secondary colour correction can be a useful tool when directing the viewer's eyes in composition. Here you can see we've changed the original colour of the can and made the background unsaturated to draw the attention to the product. Progressing from colour work onto colour grading. Here is a time-lapse sequence shot during a late afternoon on a muggy day. Here is the same shot with a horror grade applied to it. Now the time-lapse has a World War II appeal to it. Here is the same shot with an early cinema look to it. And to finish off with something special, with the look from the view of night vision goggles. Refocusing on a different aspect of post-production is blending mode. Straight away you can see that we have blended in some grunge grain to give the street scene a more edgy look. Here we have some power footage blended in with some filmic glow to give it a more visually stimulating look. Blending modes can also be used when transitioning between different shots to give them a smoother crossover to help with the video's overall flow. Here is a masking shot in the style of a horror scene in which the mask pulls focus on the killer rather than the victim. In this shot, we see the figure in the background getting the impression that the person in the foreground is in danger. In the next shot, the focus is reversed, changing our perspective on the scene. And finally, the mask is animated to pull focus between the two subjects, giving a sense of equality between their roles. Here is a promotional style video advertising a new energy drink. This advert is demonstrating the different types of backs you can use. Here are several examples of static, luma and alpha mats. And with advanced options, you can also use moving mats. Here are a few examples. Here is a shot in the style of a promotional video for a student judo class. Two students are practicing a throw. In the first shot we see the original shaking clip. In the next we see it has been stabilised. Notice in comparison the difference between the camera steadiness. We decided for Chroma Keying these green screen shots, it would look best in various locations. Here's what we did. It was best that we only kept one figure in the shot for this weather report green screen video. Keying can also be used for comedy purposes. Here's one that we made earlier. This has been post-production. You've been a wonderful audience. Many thanks from myself, Daniel Conopo,
Shaun from Swann,
Jono Osborn.
Swag.